Hello and welcome to Yoga with Judy. I am Judy, and today we are going to practice a Yin Yoga sequence. So if you're new to yoga or new to Yin, Yin is one of the newer forms of yoga. It was founded in the late 70s, and it's probably different than any other yoga you've practiced. We tend to hold the poses a little bit longer to delve into the inner workings of the body. So it's a good idea to have a couple blocks, a blanket, a bolster. If you don't have a bolster, maybe a couple pillows on hand. We like to use the props in our yin poses. We tend to hold them longer, so it's a little bit easier on the body to be on a prop. It's always a good idea if you're pregnant or have any joint issues, have any health concerns, high blood pressure, to always just run this by the doctor just to make sure it's okay to start any practice. So in saying that, if you're ready to start, grab your props, get into something comfortable, and meet me back on the mat. So coming down to a comfortable seat, you can have your legs crossed, or if it's more comfortable for you to sit on your heels, you can go ahead and do what feels right in your body. If you have a block or a blanket that you want to set behind your hips to bring your hips up a little bit for our beginning meditation, go ahead and get situated now. So as we arrive, sitting nice and straight, lengthening the spine, maybe closing the eyes down. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Take a full deep breath in and a full exhale breath out. Bringing the focus inwards and focusing on the breath. If you're new to Yin, the class a little bit different than some more active styles of yoga that you may have practiced in the past. With our Yin practice, our goal here is to hold the poses longer, to help get into the connective tissue of the body, the fascia, the ligaments, the tendons, where you really hold onto tension and tightness. There's not necessarily a right way to do the pose, but rather more about what feels right in your body. We'll generally hold the pose for 3 to 5 minutes. And we'll work with gravity to slowly release and open the body. So in saying that, when we go into a pose, we don't want to go right to our edge right away. We want to go into the pose just where we can feel the pose. And then maybe after a minute or so, you may find that gravity has taken effect and you can maybe go a little bit deeper into the pose that you're in. So time is our magic ingredient as we stay in stillness. Yin is a practice of surrender, acceptance, and silence. You should never experience any pain in Yin. Maybe just a dull, achy feeling. So taking your hands to touch in prayer, taking another breath in, releasing the breath, maybe setting an intention for today. You can choose mine. If you can't think of anything, I am happy, I am well, I am at peace. Taking another deep breath in, long exhale out. Bringing the hands back down onto the thighs, fluttering the eyes open, and we will begin. Starting today by placing 2 blocks on the medium setting parallel to one another at the back of your mat with the knees bent. You're going to recline back onto the blocks. That middle block just coming underneath the shoulder blades, like where a lady's bathing suit would rest, the band of it. So getting situated so your shoulder blades hang over top, and that top block is comfortable for your head. And once you get comfortable, bring the arms to the side, the palms up. Close the eyes down. An option to bend the knees and bring the feet to the wide edge of the mat. Bring the knees into touch. If it's too much on you, to have your legs lengthened out. So wherever you are, take a full inhale in and a full exhale out. Getting rid of any fidgets or wiggles that you need to find. Settling in for some stillness here. Breathing in and breathing out. Always coming back to the breath. And for today's class, we're going to focus on the concept of stillness and quiet. So often in our lives, we find ourselves so busy with family, busy with work, busy with life in general, always going here, going there, always being busy. And being busy just doesn't really allow us to sit in the things that we need to focus on. It's our nature to move away from the discomfort and to just get to that place of ease on the other side. And what yoga teaches us to do sometimes is we need to sit in that stillness to connect to our breath. Acknowledge all the feelings and emotions that we're experiencing so that we can get to that true place of healing and peace on the other side of that discomfort. We'll work with that today in today's class. Full breath in, full exhale out. Feeling your chest opening up here. Relaxing the hips down. And starting to bring some movement into the hands, the feet coming up on the forearms. Doing some gentle windshield wiper from side to side. Just a small transition between our pose. Doing some gentle twists from one side and then the other. Working through some seated cat-cows, just stretching out the spine here. And coming into an easy seat, our next pose, shoelace. So sitting evenly on your sit bones, bringing that right heel beside the hip, the left heel beside the other hip. Trying to stack the knees here. Looking to have our heels even distance apart. Our sit bones grounded. Lengthening up here. Taking a breath. Getting grounded. You can stay here. An option here for half shoelace is it to extend one leg. Maybe start to bend forward. Whatever is your body is calling for today. Maybe settling in with the bolster for the forehead, for support, and just letting gravity or your body weight release your head closer to the floor, your chest closer to the thighs, and giving the body permission to relax deeper and deeper. Noticing where you feel the sensation, the tension. This is a quite a stressor for the outside of the hips, where we tend to hold a lot of our tension. See if you can breathe a little bit deeper. And settling in, maybe you can fold a little bit more forward. Breathing in and breathing out. Settling in, coming to your edge. Slowly starting to walk your hands backwards, bringing the hands behind and uncrossing the legs ever so gently. And slowly start to windshield wiper one leg and then the other from side to side. Before we do the other side, we'll do a butterfly pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together, your legs out like a diamond. You can use blocks under your legs. And breathing in and out. And start to fold forward, bringing our head and chest towards the mat, towards our feet. An option here to use a block for the forehead. Relaxing the spine, relaxing the legs. And settling in here for our counter pose, our butterfly pose. Noticing the quiet, coming back to the breath. Playing with the pose, you may be able to move the block or a prop down one level once the gravity and your body has settled in. Can you find a deeper breath here? And slowly starting to lift up, removing the prop and folding the legs like a book. A couple windshield wipers. Just loosening up the hips again and settling in for our shoelace on the other side. This time our left leg comes in first, our right leg on top. Stacking the knees. You can always sit on a block if that feels more comfortable in the hips. It gives you more space. Whatever your body is calling for today. Whatever you need. Inhale to lengthen. And just notice the feeling. Maybe you start to fold forward, walking your hands forward, bringing your chest towards your thighs, your chin towards the chest. Bringing the gaze down. Releasing yourself forward. Coming to the spot of discomfort. Leaving some room and a few breaths maybe to come closer to your edge. We just never want to feel pain here. Once you feel pain, you've gone too far and you need to back off. So just sending the breath to the outside of the hips. Seeing if you can relax the back. Relax the jaw.
Breathing in and breathing out. Trying to keep the mind focused, focusing on the present, on the here and the now. Slowly starting to walk your hands up, uncrossing the legs, planting the soles of the feet, and gently windshield wipering from side to side. Feeling good after that intense stretch, opening the chest and twisting from side to side. Extend your legs out long and wide into a V shape and press down into your sit bones. Maybe you opt to sit on a folded blanket to bring your hips forward, coming into Dragonfly, a wide-legged forward fold. So getting situated here, going to lean forward just until you can feel the stretch across the back. And breathing here. Maybe you bring a block or two, maybe a bolster to rest your head on. Bringing your head to one side and just melting here into the pose. Breathing in and breathing out. And lifting the head here and turning over to the other side and settling in. Relaxing the weight of the upper body down into the bolster. Letting go. Full breath in and full breath out. And slowly start to lift up, removing one prop. You may be able to find with gravity you can lower down, release down. It's the spine, the hips loosening up. Finding that we can go a little bit lower after we've sat. Some mild discomfort. But we're getting into the joints and the fascia and the tendons. Maybe lowering down again. Feeling the stretch on the inside of the thighs. Relaxing the shoulders. Slowly starting to come up, removing the props, closing the legs like a book, and gently hugging the knees in, lifting up. look up, and twisting over to one side and then the other, and folding forward, lifting up, and settling in for transition pose into our table, and some side to side movements of the spine, moving the hips side to side, and starting to work some cat-cows, dropping the belly and rising through the top of the spine. Coming into our Sphinx pose, coming onto our forearms, extending the legs long, creating some space in the lower body, reaching opposite biceps. That's how much space we should have between the arms. Palms are nice and spread. Lifting up, lifting the chest up and pulling the arms back, bringing the gaze just in front of the fingers, lengthening the middle part of the back here, the thoracic spine. A prop here is we can use a block and bring our forehead down to meet the block. And breathing in and breathing out. Relaxing your neck. Opening up the chest. The arms are doing most of the work here in this pose, holding us up. And removing the plop. And another option with the props is to bring a bolster underneath the lower ribs. Bringing the hands back out in front, spreading the palms. We're still opening up the back body. We're still broadening the shoulders, opening up the collarbone. Remembering to breathe. Releasing any sensation in the shoulders or upper back. And you can extend your arms long, hands to the side of the mat for our seal pose. Just an add-on to our Sphinx. It's opening up more of the front body. And lifting up, not crunching in the back. Legs feel heavy. The gaze just in front of the fingers, keeping the neck in line with the spine. And starting to come out of our seal, removing the prop, bringing the elbows wide, hands stacked, and our forehead down onto our hands for crocodile. Maybe lifting the feet and windshield wiping from side to side. Just releasing the back, releasing that lower spine. And coming back to stillness. Still breathing, inhale and exhale. Releasing the shoulders, releasing the hips, relaxing the jaw. And slowly start to lift up. We're going to roll right over onto our back, adjusting our hips. Maybe extending the legs long, maybe bringing a bolster, blocks underneath the legs with the knees bent is a nice release for the back. Maybe bringing the blanket for a pillow. And getting situated here, the hands can come to the side, palms up. Relaxing the legs and the feet, letting the hips feel heavy. Relaxing the shoulders and the elbows and the hands. Relaxing the throat, letting the tongue fall from the roof of the mouth. Relaxing the cheeks, relaxing that muscle between the brows. Relaxing the breath. Letting yourself come into stillness. Our final resting pose, Savasana. Take time to slowly nurture the seeds of self-acceptance. When alone or in the dark, softly whisper words of solace. I am enough. I am whole. And repeat these lines until they echo deep within your bones, seeping down into the depths of your soul. I am enough. I am whole. Allow these seeds to settle. Water them with tenderness. Sing to them often in gentle, loving tones. I am enough. I am whole. And witness with wonder as the seeds of self-acceptance blossom into love. Starting to roll your head from side to side, and bending the knees, removing the prop, hugging the knees gently in towards the chest, rolling gently from side to side, gentle massage. Slowly roll over to one side, knowing every ending, there's a new beginning. And gently pressing yourself up to an easy seat with that top hand. Lengthening the spine. Keeping the eyes closed. Reach the arms up, taking in one last deep breath. Palms to touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Chin to chest. Maybe focusing, coming back to your intention. Maybe scanning how the body feels. Knuckles of the thumb to the third eye as we bow forward. Namaste.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this yin practice, and we will see you again on the mats. Bye for now.